All right, here we are. I'm a bit late. And I had some issues with reorganizing some pictures on my laptop, and then OBS wasn't finding them anymore. No. All right, so volume's good. Volume's working. Nothing crazy to say about the market. We've been pumping over the weekend. I'm still a little bit sick. Let me mark that Asia range. Both assets. Yeah, it's been pretty vertical, so I don't like to jump onto a trend like this, especially that all the levels are complete, in my opinion. We went way higher than what I thought we would go. Really thought we would go to, that's where we were at the market open this morning in Asia. This could be high, and then we start retracing, recover the weekend move actually, and we just get pushing in Asia. That big move in the dead gap zone ended up recovering a fair bit of that one. I was trading in Asia, not just that retest, not a setup. I was keen on taking. This is definitely a level 1, level 2, level 3. Went 4th level. We are at the high of the week, on high of previous week on Ethereum. I mean, this is where you would look for reversals. We'll see. I like the big push into the extension. If I get an M of some sort, breaker to target Asia lows, that would be alright. Like Monday last week when I did that mistake of moving my stop loss higher. What a mistake that was. What a big mistake. I think I was too focused into the small move of the trade, and instead of closing it at a tiny profit and then reopening later, I mean, I could have just not touched it at all as well, but Bitcoin looked really bearish, and I had this other bearish setup in mind, so just wanted to protect myself, and got wicked down by 30 cents. So what could have been a 4-hour trade within one session, it's really good to mention it. It all happened within the UK session. Just turned out to be minus 1 risk, minus 0.4 R, I think it was, instead of a 4 R profit, and it just ruined my whole week after that. Oh. Had a really rough week. Just health wise, just got hit by some viral infection. It was really bad. Terrible. But anyway, getting better now. On the 4 hour, it's I don't have anything crazy to say level wise, or we're in that uptrend, making those big moves up and down. If you jump down to the 15-minute, you can clearly see it's always clear in hindsight, right? You can clearly see 3 levels down, 3 levels up, 3 levels down. When you're in those levels, it's way less obvious. And yeah, just tricky. 12 hour for a little bit. I had in mind that we were gonna reject that supply area and go down, because this is what we kept doing on Ethereum, this whole bear market, that 12 hour 200 EMA. It's been a big level. We broke through it and we're above it now. So is this just gonna be a little wick before we get some sort of retrace, or we're just gonna shoot higher from here? It's very unclear. I think I don't want to have this as an excuse, but maybe my overall lack of performance the last few months just been only because it's the first time I've been trading through a bear market, and maybe the conditions are a bit different. Sorry about that. It's gonna be a few of those today. I could have definitely performed. That's for sure. There was setups. I did a lot of mistake. Last week was just over trading, not being patient enough on setups, touching a trade that I have no business touching. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe a bit less easy than during a bull market. I got a new evaluation account, by the way, so I still have that 50k evaluation that I've been trading, and because it's such in drawdown, like it's not a massive drawdown, but still a decent drawdown, I needed a bit of extra motivation, so I did grab 100k. So I got a fresh 100k account to trade alongside. These are the two accounts I've got. So yeah, I'm gonna trade them the same. I'll trade the 50k. That's my priority. If price doesn't move too much, I have time to switch to the 100. Sorry, and I have time to switch to the 100k and do the exact same trade. That's how I plan on trading them. Just gonna trade them the exact same way. It's pretty quick switching from one account to another on breakout. They just don't have copy trading. Alright, I haven't put my 5-minute candle timer. Look at this move on the weekend. Pretty gnarly. It's been a while, I think we haven't moved like this on the weekend. Maybe summer days, price action. It's been a rough week. It's been a really rough week. Yeah, don't really know what to make with this price action. What to make of this price action, I think is the proper English. It's gonna be a waiting game. Once again, like, it's probably gonna happen mid-session. It's probably not gonna happen this session. Let me see. Is this on? Yeah. The timer is on. No golf today. Monday is the day I usually play golf between Asia and UK, but all I did was sleeping, trying to recover. I'm supposed to be working, by the way. Had a few days off. I mean, not at this time of the day, but yeah, shouldn't be trading Asia. I'm probably going to go back to work tomorrow. Feeling a bit better. Once again, through a disclaimer, this is just for entertainment purpose. Just journaling my and sharing my journey. I don't claim to be a profitable trader, even if I have been slightly profitable last year. Before the bear market. Before October was my last profitable month, and then it's been difficult since then. It's one of those sessions that in the past I would have been really detached because I don't expect anything from them. It's at the end of an uptrend. I'm not so keen too long. I'm not very keen to short neither. It's very early. Um, but I know that sometimes I'm like, oh, doesn't seem good. I won't trade this session. And it's a good approach when you want to prioritize, your free time and you don't always want to be trading. So picking the right sessions is a good thing. But I know that in the past, sometimes those sessions would give me the best setups. And then the sessions where I was expecting something nice wouldn't give me the setup. So if I'm here and I'm available, may as well trade and see what's going on. It's just a bit of a longer process being live because I have to stay here. Otherwise, I have a couple alerts on my phone or something like this. So I'll just watch every 5 or 15 minute candle. Every 15-minute candle, more so than five. Nothing crazy so far. We tagged Sunday's high, Asia highs, and we back below on both assets. Just gonna reclaim the weekly highs on Ethereum. It's nothing like a clean. I mean, this is a key zone. It's last demand. If it doesn't hold, turn into a breaker. We don't have this so much on Ethereum. Not gonna trade just Asia highs to Asia lows just like this without a price setup. Bit too difficult in my opinion. like not reliable enough. And plus, it's a massive stop loss if I was to, you know. Asia lows. There's a trade 1.8. But yeah, this is not my style at all. It's like catching a falling knife, but when going towards the ceiling, you know. Oh, laptop's not connected. Oh, that would have been a disaster. Even if we were to retest that breaker here from the underside somehow, oh, I wouldn't be comfortable shorting this. I like to be with the trend or within a range. This is just such a massive move. And it's not even like we've hit some key level, you know, we didn't even take that liquidity on Bitcoin. Nothing crazy on Ethereum here, you know, it took those highs, but yeah, it's tricky. Very tricky. Oh boy, that's tough. Did get somewhat of a small retest here of that zone. Like I said, it's not gonna make me open a trade. It's nothing fancy on the 5. Like there's high likelihood I'm gonna regret it, but I was not enough patient last week, so I want to be very patient this week. And I really don't want to open this 100k account with a failed trade. And just looking at this on the 5 minute, there's nothing I'm interested in. Nothing I'm interested in. I want, the usual information to create a break, a retest of the 50 EMA, something like this. This is where I'm more comfortable to take a trade when there's actually a change in market structure. Now it's just trying to catch it up. Nothing tells me that you're not going to keep going, have a little bounce and keep going higher. I'm not one of those guys that put limit orders. That could have been a trade, for example, for some people. Place a limit on that breaker, have your stop above here. That's the tie stop that can be stopped out if we get a little bit of a higher retrace. That breaker sometimes doesn't perfectly hold like I had last week. My stop loss was pretty much that dotted line under the breaker, and Ethereum just tapped it like this. It kept going a little bit more, 30 cents. That was painful. But yeah, I'd want a reaction and then enter of that. So probably, I'd probably enter after here. I still have my stop here. I want to see the reaction more than planning that it will happen. But this on Ethereum, I think is pretty good. Got that range, those round tops, and then here you have those two little railroad track candles. Like I said, same, not my style, but decent entry. Something like this. That's on the 2 minute as well, right? Very ballsy. You get your trade out of that, but that's a lot of fees. That's a lot of fees. You can check it out. So 84 ETH. So 84.4. No, 94, sorry. 94.4 times 1966.4. $74 of fees for a $250 risk, so times 2, that's about 150. That's more than half of my risk of fees. It's not really what you want to have in a trade. If it's a really good trade, it's okay. Get a 3-hour trade, which turns out to be 2.5 with your fees, 2.3. But if you go break even, it still costs you half your risk. Really risky business, in my opinion. Some people might do it, but scalping small time frames on Bitcoin and Ethereum, not recommended. See how we bounced so far? Not much entertainment in trading. That's the real side of trading. And I say it every time I'm live. I say it because it is boring and long, and you have to be like this for like 2-3 hours, 4 sometimes if you arrive really early in your session, because sometimes you might have to be early, do a bit of charting if you haven't done it before. Because sometimes the setup presents in the gap. I wouldn't open a trade before, but you know, at the gap open, have to be ready. Nothing quite nice. Just gonna have a little break for the next 15 minutes. All right, I'm back. We do have that same railroad track here on Ethereum. Damn, it's a bit tempting, you know. And this week would be a trap. It's just not my style at all. Something like this. I would even just put my stop to that peak and not to that market structure above. Just to the bottom of that wicks, 1.6 to that 50% of Asia. It's 3R. Just gonna play it like this. It's not how to trade. But you know, let's see how it plays out. Very messy on Bitcoin. Still lower the volume than that drop in US. What do we got news wise this week? Oh, we got funds rate on Thursday. Yeah, Wednesday for people in the US, Thursday morning for me, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, funds rate on Thursday and Tokyo rate, BOG rate on Friday. Yep. Oh wow, we did keep dropping on Bitcoin. This trade will end up playing out just to tease me for the start of the week, you know, something I'm not keen on, but that I was right about, like it often happens. Market's a beach. Market's just a beach. Ooh, it's nice. Little potion for the sick boy. Sick man, sorry. Don't even really have a target on Ethereum above price. There is that liquidity on Bitcoin, which is just that high, that candle high. I reckon at this point it will get taken. Maybe that's when we get reversal. Maybe Tuesday. Then there's higher liquidity. This one makes more sense as well. Go all the way up here. Maybe tap that 12-hour EMA. We did break above here on Bitcoin, contrary to Ethereum that been rejecting it every time, without really breaking above. But we are breaking above now. And the bullish thing is that both assets just swept that February low and still haven't broken down from it. I was expecting a little bounce and fall through, but we might be in for, like a long range like this of price before we break down again. Takes us to end of August, which is not a big deal. I'm very, if you don't have an entry from the top of those moves, trending them, following along the trend, an aggressive drop or upside for me is just really the market I don't like. So it's not a problem, and in those ranges there is small little setups to take. Like there was heaps here of good ones, 1 a week, 3 a week. So I don't mind the ranging. Five-minute here, closing on an inverted hammer. Looking pretty good too. Still got a minute. It might not close like this. Just not keen to enter something like this at all. That's a decent bearish close. Come on, man. Don't do this to me. What's the saying again? Rather miss a trade than take a loss. Rather miss a trade than take a loss. My best trades, most of the time, I don't hesitate that much to like bang on, okay. But there's plenty of times when I think it's not my ideal setup, but I'm like, I think this is looking quite bearish, like now, for example. I'm not 100% confident, but feels good, and I'm right. These are the dangerous times, because these are the times where it happens a couple times, and then you're like, damn, I was right. And you execute on the next one, and that's the one that doesn't work. is the futures chart looking? See, so this is all the CME gap still, which I do believe still respected. Where's the end of the market? Be this one. Till here. Don't remember the exact times where market should close, but yeah, be about there. Reopen there. See how this one here have a bit of a gap, still retested that close on Friday here. Probably same thing on Ethereum. Close on Friday, went and retested it here. All that gap created over the weekend, even though markets are open now. This retest of the CME on ETH was quite nice. It was way better on Bitcoin because we actually closed it here. This was so nice. I don't know why I didn't take this trade. So stupid at the time. Other than that, there's still that CME just right there, so I think that's the next target. What did I say about? Is it one just underneath on Ethereum? It's probably never marked it. So far, good retest of that breaker here on Bitcoin. So this was right. It's just slow grind, big move, and yeah, right on Ethereum as well. As much as I don't want it to be true. This was the first idea here to those highs. It's already a 1-all trade. This was the first idea. Yeah, nothing fancy. Nothing amazing for trade. Kraken is offering options now. Options on crypto. That's crazy. You know the worst thing about entering a trade where you have low conviction in is when moves like this happens, you're gonna be scared. You're gonna be so scared. Oh no, I should have not entered this trade. Now it's almost a break even. Do I cut it now, or is it gonna run to my stop loss? It's way easier to stay in a trade where you had higher conviction from the entry. Not fun. Sickness is not fun. Not fun at all. I thought I didn't put my volume back on for a minute. Shitty session. Which was to expect. I wasn't keen to get on this morning. Well, I wanted to rest, but after this big drastic move, I didn't think it would be anything nice. Even if I can find a trade right now, looking back at it and say this was a retest on the 15 minutes of 50 EMA of half of Sunday, and then I could say this was my breaker here somewhere. It's not even a clear breaker there, but for intent purposes, because it intent and purposes, because it helps my my reasoning, say that, woo, this was your entry. This is what people that teach crypto tell you, this is the entry, this was so obvious, blah blah blah, and they don't show you that they've taken the trade, right? And if they show you an amount that you don't even know how much they risk, if they always risk the same amount. They say, oh, I'm in that trade, but I might have entered the trade here, entered the trade here, entered the trade here, and you don't know. With like $10, it'll still show the same percentage P&L that if they have entered it with 10 grand. That's why I left the Discord groups. Just really, it's bad vibe, and you like, oh, there was no setup, and then you're in there, and people tell you there was one, and it's people that show their winning trading card. And it's just the one trade they won by luck out of the 10 last ones that they lost. Yeah, it's really bad. Some people say it's good, like it's a good behavior inside. I think when you're a beginner, maybe, but I think it's probably even worse as a beginner. But once you get to a certain level, you start to realize who's lying, who's just pretending, and there's a lot of that in trading and on trading Discord, and it does help the people that are running the course in Discord, because it's always like share your trades, share your winning trades, say, look, this is all the members, all the members within the Discord. This is all the wins for the last month. People are only sharing the wins, so it's quite easy to show that, and it's always P&L cards with percentage. Never know how much people risk. Most of the time, beginners will be $5, $10. I've seen some people trading with $1 or $2, so it just doesn't mean anything. What's going on X? Nothing. Most of the time, it's just like crap on an X. I grabbed X at the first time because I thought I'll get a lot of value, like especially in crypto. It's more so for new coins and the trends, and it's the same thing. It's just so much crap out of there. War that never finishes. It's the same and the same. You got stuff like Coin Bureau, which is one of the biggest channels. I don't know who runs their account. It's just hilarious to post what they post sometimes. You're like, come on guys, just are you 14 years old or what do you do? It's just I don't even understand. It used to be a lot of value from whatever his name was, guy I think at the very beginning. But then when it became that big thing, it all fell apart. And they all reshare the same news, the same stuff. Like some guy with a wallet lost 1.2 million in fees. Fuck this. Seriously. It's really bad. It's I just read a post that's exactly it. I read a post from Cal Dupes Crypto. It says potential head and shoulders at play on semiconductor stocks, currently forming the right shoulder on the daily. And then two posts below this bar chart posting potential head and shoulders in semiconductor stock. You can't make it up. I just found it here for you. Oh my god. It's like posting for posting and just nothing is of there's not much stuff of value in here. It's insane. All right, coming back to our trading session. Still nothing. Still nothing. Not in this trade, by the way. This is just potential idea I had from there, and saying that it looked all right as a first drop. Trap traders, nothing. We didn't come back into that zone at all. Respecting Asia highs, a first drop and a retest. Sometimes get an entry, but we haven't got anywhere. And railroad track here of Sunday's high and the week and previous week highs. The good setup is usually trap traders. You get a range like this. You start a breakdown, get a retest entry, retest of that supply entry here. It's just taking way too long. That's why it was an average trade. It was not ideal. Let's remove this because I'm not in it. Yeah, average price action to start the week. Just Monday, so we might get average price action until FOMC, which is end of week. Which all my days off, by the way, so it's gonna be nice. Yep, 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 yep. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep, yep. Oh, we got earnings of the Mag 7s as well. And we got PCE with the FOMC rate as well later the day on Thursday. Yeah, there's a fair bit going on at the end of the week. Doesn't stop us from getting setups before it. It's just like being aware of it and being cautious that we might range or price might not respect certain setups. But yeah, in my experience, just don't stop trading just because of news. News is just a catalyst to something that's already gonna happen. Woo! Just a catalyst to something that's already gonna happen. Apart from a crazy tweet from Trump. What is going on? This is difficult, but we might end up breaking down anyway. From here. Trap traders box here. It's that week on the. Are we on the 2-minute now? What are my setups though? Is coming from the upside. If we do respect the zone here, if we do respect the zone and then have that descending triangle, there's a high likelihood that price is gonna pop up like this. But even that, it's not a trade I'm taking that high up, especially when we're still respecting that area here on top. Unless people are, building shorts here and going short until we don't anymore. This just happens to be a trap. Bitcoin's holding 50 EMA, 50% of Asia. It's a good reversal point as well. We have a low being created, a wick, lower wick, and a higher wick just behind. This is pretty decent. And a trap on Ethereum. Trap short. Turns out price is gonna go up. Let's see, we just watch candles. It teaches trading a lot. Just see as many candles as you can in your whole life, in your whole trading journey. Then you're gonna recognize patterns, get used to certain price behaviors. This is not looking pretty for the 15-minute candle. And honestly, on Ethereum here, as I was looking, you clearly have the W here of the 50 EMA, rise level 1, even though I call that all rise level 1, rise level 2, rise level 3, extension. You shouldn't go higher than that. Especially being at high of previous week. Swept that. Just curious about the outcome of this. I have no idea where we're going. Just curious about the outcome. This retest of that breaker, I'm such a huge fan of breakers. It didn't look nice, and I said I wasn't too keen to short something like this, and it would have been painful sitting in that trade, honestly, for what's been like an hour. It's not that long, but just going nowhere while Ethereum is not breaking down. But if you were sharp onto having a limit order just off that breaker, stop above market structure, it's 2-hour trade here. I do feel like this is going to play out. We are going to pop to the upside because this is a clean setup. It's such a clean setup. And a lot of people would be going short right now. You just need a clean reclaim of the EMA, something like this. A reclaim of the high of previous week. And there's potential for a trade. Woo. All right, this is bad, and I'm not gonna take a trade in those conditions anyway. So, gotta call it. The end of my session is in an hour. 8:30 is usually when I stop. So I'm still gonna keep an eye on it until 8:30. Sometimes 8:30 is when you have liquidity injection. So, but yeah, from here it's just average. There's no point staying in that stream, I think, and it's been an hour 40 already. You know my plan, you know my ideas. I think this is a viable idea. Just a very risky one. Alright, that's it for today. See you, I don't know, Thursday and Friday for sure. Asia and UK. And for early days, Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm not too sure if I'll be jumping live. Might be jumping live for UK. Alright, see you.